Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am your Shafi. Today the poem we are going to be discuss on our channel is called Song. Don't think why I am saying poem when I am saying song, because the name of this poem is Song. It's written by Alexander McLachlan. First we will see about the author introduction. His full name is Alexander McLachlan. He was born in 1818 and died in 1896. He is a Scottish-born Canadian poet who was active in this mid-19th century. His notable work is The Spirit of Love, written by 1846, second, Lyrics, written by 1858, and third, The Immigrant, written by 1861. Let's move on to the introduction of the poem. Alexander McLachlan, a Scottish-born Canadian poet, often called the Canadian Robert Burns, wrote dialects poetry reflects Scots immigrant homesickness. His poem Song from Poem and Songs, written by 1871, critiqued England's corruption while expressing conflicted love for his homeland. Next we will see the poem lines in few minutes. Okay, let's move on to the summary of this poem. In the beginning of this poem, the poet says that the old England is gradually corroded by the brutes, just like an carcass being nibbled by the maggot. He adds that she is still good at her heart. Example, her deeds are still corrupted. He wishes that she should not be the mother of slaves. By saying this, he intended to convey the fact that his present residence is colonized by the British and the native in the colonies are treated as slaves. He does not want England to be victimized of enmity by her very own colonies. Next, the poet saying that loves England and its people, yet he ran away from both of them. He justifies his action of fleeing to Canada by saying that who would remain in such a wretched place. He further substantiates his reason by comparing England to the brute. Example, too many people fight among themselves to take control over England, just like too many spoons clattering among themselves to take the broth. This reminds us of the saying, too many cooks spoil the broth. Thus it is evident that the poet wants to say that England is being spoiled by its authorities. Next, move on to the middle of this poem. Alexander reveals the brutal authority imposed on the public by the government prerogative. Firstly, he talks of the squires who banish the poor for pretty reason. When he is questioned for his cruelty, without a tinge or shame, he answered that God gave him the right to do so. Next, the poet portrays the picture of the Chief Justice who feels very high of himself and brags about the merits of the laws. But the justice has two different laws in his wigs, one for the rich and the other for the poor. Thus the poet says that the balance in the judge's table is equally balanced between the rich and the poor. The final part of the poem expresses the poet then reveals the true color of the clergies, especially the bishops. He says that the bishop preaches God gospels, prays for the people and talks about the goodness of the divine beings. But the bishop demands a great share of the land for whatever he says. The poet repeats the first stanzas to strongly emphasize his thoughts. Thus the poet begins out of the sadism of the squire, the partiality of the justice and the greediness of the bishop and their control over England and the serious consequence that would follow. Next we will move on to the main themes of this poem. First theme is decaying mother country. Second, corruption of elites. Third, overpopulation and injustice. Fourth, migration problem. Fifth, conflicted patriotism. Let's we move on to the conclusion part of this poem. Alexander McLachlan, a famous Scottish Canadian poet, often conclude his work with the themes of homesickness for Scotland, celebrating the beauty and challenge of Canadian pioneering, finding poetry in the common life, over reflecting on the human condition, hard work and faith. I hope you all understand this poem. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel.